again, and it goes back to, because most sales teams build their culture on outcomes. Like, there isn't a sales team on the planet that hasn't experienced or seen, a giant screen on the board showing them their revenue numbers, right? But it's like, what's the journey to that revenue number? We all know how much has to go in to hit it, but none of that is acknowledged. It's just showing output, not input. It's just, it's the destination, not the journey, even though we all know that's wrong. Because if you ask everyone, it's like, what matters more, the journey or the destination? We're like, no, the journey. We all know that. We all know it's important to do the journey right, even if you don't always get to the destination. But yet, almost every sales team is built on outputs, revenue, dollars. And it's just like, that's not the story, right? And then you've got people like Simon Sinek and others that are talking about, why, and talking about how important it is to build culture on things that are real, that hold merit, that don't sway in something like COVID-19. Because if you built your sales culture on integrity, on empathy, on on courage, then when COVID-19 hit, none of those things went away. You still tried all those things. You still try to be courageous. You still try to be empathetic, right? You still try to show integrity, whether it was a pandemic or not. But that's not how a lot of these companies have built themselves. So that, and again, tying it all back to what we've been talking about, mental health, right? And it affects you, because then you as a seller have a bad month, but you did everything right, and you don't get like appreciation for that, for like the good effort, unless you stayed for like 10 hours and did 130 cold calls for a single day. They'll give you a pat on the back for that, even though that was junk work. And that's not how, that's not how, that you're just grinding yourself. You're burning yourself out doing that. Right. So you either get rewarded for being stand out in the wrong way, for doing too much effort and burning yourself out, and somehow that gets celebrated, when really that should be admonished. Right. And or you like produce even though nobody really cares what the journey was for that production. And it's like that, neither of those is healthy. It's a middle ground of like effort and results, and you appreciate both.